Hi, Tom Fenley here and welcome to the FoxWeave demos. In this demo we'll show you how to build an integration app with FoxWeave. In future demos we'll show you how to deploy them to different types of targets, but we'll start with just designing a simple app. Now first what you need to do is log into console.foxweave.io, and there's also a link to the console from foxweave.com. But before you can log in you need to sign up for a free account at foxweave.com, and that's very easy. There's a form there. Just put in your email address and hit the submit button or the sign up button, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So to start, when you log into the console, you'll see your integration applications on the left hand side here. Each app basically consists of a set of pipelines, and a pipeline is just simply a process for moving data from an input target of some sort to an output. So basically read data from a source, perform some manipulation on it potentially, and then write it to an output. Okay, so we've got a couple of different examples here. Backup emails to Dropbox. So that's when you look at it here, you can see that this app is currently deployed, and it's deployed on an in-house Tomcat 7 instance, and you can see some metrics here and the event log for that application. And then another app here. In this case the app is not deployed, hasn't been deployed yet at all. And then another app down here. Okay, so each app consists of one or more pipelines. So if you click on this pipeline here, if you can see, for example, that the sync leads were moving records from an Oracle database and writing them out to Salesforce.com. Okay, so you can figure each component by just clicking on it like that. So let's start with creating our new app. And in this demo, what we're going to do is create an application with just one pipeline in it. And in that pipeline, we're going to synchronize documents from a MongoHQ database. So it's an online NoSQL database to a CloudAnt database, another online NoSQL database. So we've got order records in MongoHQ that we want to sync across to our CloudAnt database. And the records are very simple. For the example, it's just a simple order record. Okay, so in the console in FoxWeave, we just hit the little green add button, and we're going to call this add sync orders. Okay, because initially it'll just have one pipeline, but it may have others, may need to sync them from other places as well. So MongoHQ to CloudAnt. You just name the pipelines, and then what you need to do basically is first add an input connector. So we need to read the data from somewhere. In this case, we're going to read from MongoHQ. Okay, so you just select the connector. So we've got a number of components at the moment, and we'll be adding more components over time to read from different systems depending on what people want. We're doing beta trials at the moment. Okay, and we're going to write to CloudAnt. We're going to output to CloudAnt. So we need to configure each component. So for MongoHQ, we need to go over to MongoHQ and just get our API token, pop it in there for the API key. And once you pop that in, it'll go out to MongoHQ and find out what database you have. When you select the database, what collections are on that database, etc. Now on our we're going to synchronize from Euro orders collection. Okay, and we're going to synchronize on an order ID field. Just save that. And then for CloudAnt, we need to go over to CloudAnt and get some. So we're going to synchronize to the orders database on CloudAnt. So we need to just get some info. We'll make the configuration of these a lot easier as we go on as well. Username is Tom. Password. And the database is orders database. Now we're not performing any transformation on the data in this example. We're just going straight from MongoHQ to CloudAnt. We're not manipulating the records in any way or changing the format. So it's just a direct. You may in a real world example, obviously you might want to perform some sort of transformation. Okay, so now we've the app created and configured, we've the components configured on it, and that's basically it. Next step is to deploy and run that application somewhere, and that's one of the key features of FoxWeave, is that we're going to provide multiple options in terms of where the application can be run or where the integrations can be run, and that can be very important for companies, for not just because they may have different types of integrations that they need to perform for, like it's not always cloud to cloud, you may need to perform in-house to cloud. So we're going to provide options in terms of where the integrations are run, and obviously for security reasons or for legal reasons you may need to run in different localities and stuff like that. So in the next screencast we'll show you how to deploy deploy your application to CloudBees, so which is a PaaS. So we're going to deploy this application and run the integrations on my account on CloudBees. Thanks for looking in, and don't forget to sign up for a free account on foxweave.com.